Happy Friday! You are now listening to
the Double Dose Podcast, brought to you by your new favorite twin cousins, Chanda
and Chanelle.
Listen, we are one set of twins
with two different perspectives.
Period. Listen, let's hop into what we've been up to.
Listen, the first things first, we went to the reunion tour.
Yes,
that was amazing.
The reunion tour.
The reunion tour, for those of you who don't know, that's Kirk Franklin. Who else?
It's Kirk Franklin's tour. He has on there the Clark Sisters,
Tamla Man, Ty Tribbett,
David Man. You know, a lot of people don't know that Tamla Man started with Kirk Franklin.
That's so weird to me.
Because that's who we grew up on.
That's who we grew up on. Yeah.
Like, listening to the Kirk Franklin and the Family, God's Property, like, that was just...
She didn't just pop up on Tyler Perry.
No, the church was surprised that she was on the
church was surprised she started acting.
But shout out to them.
Yes.
Who else was on the tour? Israel.
We already said Ty Tribbett.
Yes.
And Isaac Curry was singing background for everybody.
Yeah, which I thought was so interesting, being that he's such a dynamic artist himself.
Yeah. But I believe he, if I'm not mistaken, he was a part of God's Property.
Okay.
You can hear him.
No, you can. Yeah, there's distinct, like, Kirk Franklin songs. You can definitely hear
Isaac Curry.
He has a distinct sound.
But listen, I got my whole childhood. It was...
Bruh.
So for Lauryn Hill, I wore heels.
So the girlies had the Millennium Tour with B2K, Soulja Boy.
Yes.
We had the reunion tour.
We had the reunion tour.
Because this was like our Millennium Tour. Because it brought us back to childhood. Like
that time frame.
Like that, it was that.
This was our Millennium Tour.
Exactly.
But I wore heels to Lauryn Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I purposely wore sneakers to the reunion tour.
Why?
Because I knew I was going to be jumping around.
Yes, especially with Ty.
Kurt. Israel. We're going to do the CCM hop.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like stomp, like I'm not wearing heels to the reunion
to sing stomp, right?
No.
Because I have to stomp.
Exactly. Like why would I wear heels to that, knowing that I'm going to
be sweaty?
And we got footage of us.
We did.
Yeah, we gotta post
the footage.
We gotta post that. So okay, first was the Clark Sisters. That was my first time hearing them live.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they did that.
They did.
They are legendary, and I am excited. Larry Reid said it best. He said that the Clark Sisters got what they deserved, and by that he means like being in an arena sold out, full of people, because I don't think they've ever been on tour before, and they definitely haven't, I don't think, performed in an arena.
Wow.
Yeah, so like they deserve this moment.
But that's so interesting. Like, why haven't they done a tour before?
I don't know.
Because it's like you can't listen to music in general in pop culture without hearing the influences of the Clark Sisters.
Everybody. Like, Beyonce.
Jay-Z. When you listen to Beyonce's Church Girl, the beginning is the Clark Sisters. That mashup of I forgot what the name of the song is, but that's the Clark Sisters.
Jay-Z too. Jay-Z has a song with the Clark Sisters on it.
Who else? When you watch TV, and I think it was a Ford commercial.
Yeah, or GM.
One of those two.
Yeah.
Literally listening to You Brought the Sunshine. That's the Clark Sisters.
Right.
Like they're literally embedded into pop culture, but
they have a whole movie.
Yeah, a whole movie. But yeah, they did that.
It was amazing.
They looked amazing.
Yes.
And
they were dressed down.
Yes. They were dressed all the way down.
All the way down.
And when we say dressed down, we mean
dressed up.
And the simple fact that like they're old, like they're women of a certain age, but their vocal abilities is crazy.
Yeah. Like even Twinkie too, with like her ability to still run up and down the organ.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
Like your favorite organist looks up to Twinkie Clark.
Absolutely.
Like it's bananas.
Absolutely.
And not only could they sing, not only did they look great, but they were entertaining to watch.
They were entertaining.
They were very entertaining. Like it was like a cute little scene, like a moment, sibling rivalry type. It was a cute little
between Dorinda and
Karen. Yeah, it was cute. What else happened at the reunion tour? David Mann did a handstand.
David Mann did do a handstand.
He has to be in his 60s.
He has to be
doing a handstand at a gospel concert. Mm-hmm. Like it was just, I never thought that I didn't know that I needed to see David Mann doing a handstand until I saw it. I didn't know.
But it did surprise everyone, but also like he's built up that reputation on the Tyler Perry shows,
Splits and all that stuff.
He started out the concert with "This Is Your Granddaddy."
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, and had the whole audience singing "This Is Your Granddaddy."
Yeah.
Isaac Curry actually opened the show. He gave like the opening remarks.
Okay.
And it was like a little comic routine, which was pretty cool.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, because he's naturally funny, so that was really cool to see. What else? Okay, so after the Clark sisters, it was
Miss Tamala Man.
Let me go back. Actually, the opener after Isaac Curry came out, gave his remarks. They all opened. Mm-hmm. Like they all came out and they did a mashup of all their songs, which is really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, okay, the Clark sisters, David Mann, Tamala Man sang down.
She did.
She was dressed.
Oh my goodness. Tamala Man has been like having the church girlies in a headlock lately.
Yeah.
Like, she's been looking amazing.
She's been looking great.
Hair laid.
Body snatched.
Yes. She sung
Take Me to the King.
No.
TC.
Yes. Shout out to our bro, TC.
Shout out to TC.
Rest in peace, TC.
Rest in heaven.
So he's the writer of that song.
You are holy.
No, she did not.
That's the other song. Wait, what's the other song? Change.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Written by Thomas Clay.
Yo.
Delaware's own.
Delaware's own.
And it was special to me listening to the entire arena singing TC's song.
Yes. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I know he's smiling right now.
Yeah.
A sold out arena.
Yeah. Singing his song. That was dope.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what were the parts you enjoyed?
I enjoyed the mashup of Rain. Because they made it go-go. They were in DC, so they did like go-go mashups. It was gospel go-go.
Yeah.
And I saw one of the go-go pages posted and was like, yo, this is a church I would go to.
That's what's up.
But nah, they did their thing with that. Somebody, I think it was Kevin on Stage, said this, and I couldn't agree more. The only two people that were missing from this tour, Mary,
okay,
and Tone.
Tone for sure.
Yeah.
But wait, y'all. Okay, if we were to do this again, Fred Hammond, I'm sorry,
for sure,
has to be on it.
Yes,
definitely a gospel staple, especially in this time frame. One thing too I was missing was like choir music.
Well, we had Kurt. We had the virtual.
GP.
Yeah, we had God's Property.
That was cute.
That was real cute.
So
they God's Property wasn't there in person.
Yeah,
they had like the video of them singing in the background.
Yeah,
it was dope.
It was cute. It was cute. But it was like the in-person singers, background singers were singing behind Kurt. And then they showed who was the lead singer in God's Property. One of the lead singers, he shows up on a big virtual screen. He has a plug in his hand like he just pulled the plug. And he was like, all right, y'all, that's great. But the people came for a reunion tour. I'm sure they want to see us. And it was like all of God's Property on a big virtual screen in Capital One Arena. So then they switched over and did their God's Property song. So they did like the Stomps, the Do You Want a Revolution, the...
That just takes me back to
through the fire and I've been through the flood. I've been broken to pieces.
Everybody.
More Than I Can Bear.
Yes.
Yeah, More Than I Can Bear.
Yes.
It was excellent.
It was phenomenal. If you haven't been to the reunion tour, I think they're finishing though.
If not, they are finished.
Yeah. Amazing. So highly recommend. But Kirk, if you're listening to this, y'all gotta add Mary, Tone,
Fred Hammond, and one more choir, John P. Key.
Period.
Or Hezekiah Walker.
Period. So, okay, if you had to choose for the Millennium Tour, would it be Hezekiah Walker or John P. Key?
Do you have to choose?
For this tour, yeah. Like, who do you think would mesh well?
I can't choose between the two.
Yeah.
Maybe Hezekiah.
I was thinking Hezekiah as well.
Maybe Hezekiah.
Because I don't know what it is about. Like, it's his sound. Like, he fits. Like, the tour, the rest of the tour.
Right, like that 90s gospel.
Yes, like they had songs with Puff and like,
yeah.
Who was in there? Brother Love. Like, he had song like everybody who was like lit in the 90s. So in the early 2000s. So I would say Hezekiah Walker.
Hezekiah. Okay.
Definitely Hezekiah.
Speaking of choirs, James Fortune is bringing Fire back, and they're for their 20-year anniversary, and they're doing a live show.
So I saw him post that, but I didn't know it was like a Fire reunion.
Yes.
What? Are we going?
Yeah. Let's pull up.
Let's pull up.
Because that's going to be special.
No, it really is. Now, Fire, they had some hits.
Fire had some fire songs.
Fire had some fire. Like,
Fire had some fire.
It was like just mad songs with James Fortune and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorites, I can't think of the name of it, but dang, what's the song that I'm thinking?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how it starts. Throw out a Fire song. Throw out a Fire song. GP, are you with me? That's not Fire. It's cool. It'll come back to me. But yeah, Fire
on one of the newer ones or one of the
no. Old. It's cool. We'll come back to it. But yeah, we should go. We should pull up.
I agree. I'm trying to figure out how we can make this work, but let's do it.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. Okay. So the reunion tour, Ty Tribbett.
Huh? He's already on the tour.
No, I'm going back to like the experience.
Oh,
Ty Tribbett. The way that I got my whole childhood, like it was top tier. But we actually just saw him too back in March during his own tour.
Yeah.
Which was
April.
Amazing. Yeah, and I was still just as hyped even though we had just saw him.
Yeah.
So.
But my favorite moment of Ty Tribbett, seeing his reunion with GA.
Yep.
Yo, if Ty Tribbett had GA on the reunion tour,
I thought they were going to be on the reunion tour.
Bro, GA on the reunion tour?
Yeah. I thought they were.
Dog, that would have like...
No, it was not amazing. Only GA, but GA and Soundcheck?
Yes. Yeah. GA and Soundcheck and Ty Tribbett on the reunion tour would have taken the reunion tour to a whole another level.
Yeah.
It would have taken... Like, granted, it was amazing with who Ty had with him. His songs right now are great. Yeah. They're amazing. But, like, it's just like... GA, like that choir sound.
Choiry, but still jumping around.
Right.
School uniforms.
Bro,
why was that a trend in the church?
Kingdom University? Everybody was a part of Kingdom University.
Everybody was a part of Kingdom University.
Growing up.
Yo, I came across this meme, and it's so true. Somebody had text in the chat, all right, we'll be singing. They sent the songs. Okay, what's the attire? Reply, Ty Tribbett attire. And it's like, everybody just knows what that means, right?
We gonna wear like the
blazers,
the blazer,
the ties.
The burgundy, it has to be, it's like particular color. It's the burgundy blazer.
Yeah.
Or sweater. Choose one which you like. Men, y'all can wear a tie underneath. Women, y'all can wear the high socks. Yep. Make sure you're wearing the saddle shoes.
Book bags,
like, you know, if you'd like. But that's just what it was.
We have so many pictures of us singing in Ty Tribbett attire.
Right. So
it was a movement.
It was a movement. Ty Tribbett and GA reunion tour was a movement. Part 2. Yeah. So that was lit. That's what we've been a part of. That's what we've been doing. All right. So what's next on the docket?
Dee1.
Dee1 versus the people.
Dee1 versus
the people versus Dee1.
People versus.
For those of you who don't know who Dee1 is, so Dee1 is a rapper, New Orleans-based rapper. We met him
at
Stellars. Yeah. He's real dope, real cool. But yeah, he's a New Orleans-based Christian rapper who's not ashamed about Jesus Christ, you know, and
but
he
also still very much like
New Orleans. He's very much New Orleans.
Yes.
Yeah. Very much New Orleans. Shout out to
baby.
New Orleans, baby. Where you at, baby? They taught me how to speak the New Orleans lingo when I was in New Orleans.
But let's not get it twisted. We say baby up here too in Delaware.
But it's the way they say it.
It is the way they say it.
But we say it, Wilmingtonians, we say it very similarly.
That is the official Wilmingtonian greeting.
But it's
when
like
we go up,
BAYBEH.
Baby. What's up, baby?
But that sounds more New Orleans with the influx at the end. But Delawareans,
baby.
we say, like, what's up, baby? Like,
Okay.
it's the long A, but baby. And then, you know,
okay, I'll hear it tomorrow because we're going to a couple of events
in Wilmington.
All right.
But anyway, Dee1, New Orleans Christian rapper, he has basically been challenging the hip hop people. Man. He had the hip hop moguls in a headlock, and they feathers is ruffled.
Who has he been challenging?
He challenged Rick Ross, Meek Mill, Jim Jones, a couple of people, and they've been responding. So first, we're going to listen to Dee1's
the initial
response, or Dee1's statement. Yes,
the initial statement. Okay.
Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Because are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Because I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing when my best friend got killed? When Carl got killed, New Orleans know who I'm talking about. When Carl got killed, and I had to go to his funeral and read the eulogy. To go to his funeral and read the eulogy and be part of the funeral. And I got back in my car, Sway, after the funeral, and I turned on my music, and I realized I'm listening to music that's glorifying the same stuff that just happened to my best friend. It gave me chills, and I needed that moment. That was my come to Jesus moment of like, D, you got to do something different, brother, because you have a taste for this poison, but you're attracted to the poison. And rap is great. The rap game, hip hop industry is great at cooking up some delicious poison. I don't call you out because I got a problem with you, man. Like, I wish we could go get lunch right now, me and any of them. I love you too much to not be honest with you.
There you go.
That's what it is, bro. Yeah. And so, if anybody feel bad about being called out, it's like, let's talk. Let's talk about it, and let's just figure out what we can do better. But at the end of the day, guess what's not changing? The word of God ain't changing.
Okay.
There's death in life in the power of the tongue, Proverbs 18 and 21. That's not changing. And trying with this foolish argument that it's just entertainment. This ain't real. How many more people gotta die in the hood, man? How many people at the end of the day lives gotta get ruined and poisoned, and how many rappers gotta get killed for us to be like, come on, man, when it's hip hop, it's a whole culture, and it's implied that this is autobiographical and this is non-fiction tales that people are telling. How much does that have to happen? So don't hit me with that. People just don't want to confront the reality of this stuff.
So that was the interview that he did on Sway. He had an interview with Sway.
Okay.
So what were your thoughts?
He ain't lying.
Yeah.
He's not lying at all. No, I can just come closer.
Okay.
He's not lying at all. I think that he has some valid points, especially with the fact that Meek Mills has positioned himself as a voice of prison reform. Like, he's been on CNN, he's been on various talk shows, he's made public statements, and he himself is a product of prison reform, right? He had Robert Kraft and I'm blanking on the owner of Fanatics, Michael Rubin. Robert Kraft and Michael Rubin became his advocates in making sure that he got out of jail, right, because of prison reform. So he's a product of it, and he became a voice for it. And the fact that he's kind of, when you're contradicting yourself, it's like you're going back on your word, right? Yeah. You're going back on the fact that, like, I am this public figure for prison reform. So it's like, yo, choosy this day, like, what you gonna do? So I am 100% aligned, and that's not to knock nobody. Like, I love Meek, I love his artistry, but Dee1 has some valid points.
I don't know if you can call, like, the killing and murder of people, like, that's not artistry to me.
Lyrically, yeah, it's not the best, but I mean, I'm not gonna knock the fact that he's an artist.
I would say he's talented, but in terms of calling that art, like, I disagree on that. But so
I'm saying him as a person, he's an artist.
Okay,
he's an artist.
So I agree with Dee1, but I will say he's not the first person who said this. like, people have been saying this for years. He just has a big platform. He was able to say it on Sway. Like, my homie Phil, Dr. Phil now, he's been talking about, like, how one day, like, these rappers, they got to reckon with the damage that they've done to the black community pertaining to their lyrics. And he was specifically talking about people like Ice Cube. Like, yeah, you make family movies now, but, like, you know, back in the 80s, you was making songs about selling crack and to our community.
Right.
Like, you do have to choose. You have to at least, like, again, like, how do you reconcile that? Right? So, like, you can't go from Are We There Yet to, like, you know, the stuff he was saying, like, NWA and, like, you know, all those things. So, again, Dee1 is not wrong. I do believe that there is a bigger conversation that hip-hop has to have amongst ourselves in terms of, like, how we can continue to make music, make art, and also not glorify violence and not continue to perpetuate these stereotypes that, you know, are in the black community that continue to be harmful to us and our psyche, our communities, and evoke violence.
So what were the responses?
So that's what I'm about to go into. So specifically, Rick Ross and Jim Jones responded. I think Meek Mill responded, but I couldn't find his. So this is Rick Ross's response.
Meek Mill, you could do better. Jim Jones, you could do better. Rick Ross, you could do better. I gotta see you do better. Wait. Little man, whoever you is, until you feed the kids where you from for 20 years straight, don't question Rose. Wait. Until you buy 10,000 bikes, 10,000 trikes. Give all the young girls who pregnant Pampers for Christmas for 20 years straight. Don't question boss. You heard me, little man? Get that basket off your head so you could think clear, little man. You going viral for speaking on niggas' names, not because of your talent, not because of your gift. Go viral, player, off of your wisdom that you sharing. You speaking on that, big deal. You just, well, you know how many niggas died this summer? They released self-destruction. This niggas dying right now. It's gonna be niggas don't make it to see in the morning. Get that basket off your head, boy, and come together with real niggas around the world. So when your grandma need a kidney, nigga, since you wanna go viral, I'ma show you how to go viral, little man. But go viral, feeding them kids in your hood. Go viral, giving them bikes away. Go viral Christmas time. Now don't be saying Jim Jones just gave away goddamn 6 figures worth of clothes in his hood, and you a nigga who talking, looking vegan, knowing you eat more goddamn Piggly Wiggly bacon than any other nigga out here. Shut up.
Bruh.
So petty. Okay.
Tell me you hurt without telling me you hurt.
Right, it's giving petty.
So what do you think about his response?
It was extremely petty. There was no valid response at all. Basically, he said, like, you can't check me. But it's just like, why can't he check you? Like,
but he was deflecting the whole time.
100%. And then, like, you probably eat bacon. Who cares? Nobody's talking about eating bacon right now. We talking about your detriment to the black culture.
Right. That was, like, the premise of Dee1 responding was, like, you're deflecting. Like, I'm talking about your lyrics and you trying to bring up turkeys. Like, we're not talking about the same thing. And I hated that he was coming for his accent because, again, like, he's very much New Orleans.
Right.
And, like, take the basket off your head.
Right.
Like, commenting on, like, his head wrap and dreadlocks and his locks and stuff. Like, that's very much anti-black energy to me.
It was.
So yeah, that was Rick Ross's response.
That really baffles me. Like, the take the basket off your head, that was a direct shot to African culture.
Exactly.
Like, how can you call yourself pro-black and then also say something like take the basket off your head? And it makes me question, like, so is he pro-black?
Child. Does he proclaim? Like, does he talk about?
I mean, I don't know.
Just
I'm
because
trying to
people
think
talk
about
like, oh, black business, black owned, blah, 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 doesn't mean they're pro-black.
Right.
In my perspective.
Right.
Because there's so many layers to that. You ready for Jim Jones' response?
Yes.
Child. Let's get into it. How much time we got left?
We're on the 25-minute mark now.
Okay. All right, we're about to play Jim Jones real quick.
Really do a lot for the people.
Mm-hmm. He talked about lyrics.
I don't care about none of that.
Okay.
In real life, I do a lot for the people. Miss me with the rhetoric about what I do in my music. I get money off my music. Don't tell me how to make my dollars. You gotta watch whose names you mentioning out here.
Mm-hmm.
You heard?
Yeah.
Because my little cousin might not like how you mention my name.
Threatening.
You heard? And then he might want to slap a dread out your head just because he don't understand that you're using my name for fame and he don't understand that.
Yeah.
There's a certain way to go about certain things when you're using certain people's name. When you do certain things, it's a reaction for every action.
What's the best way?
It's out now. There ain't no best way to have a conversation. You gotta see me when you see me now.
Okay.
You heard?
If he reached out,
He had the chance. He could have reached out. That avenue of talking to me is out.
That's out.
You heard? I had the same conversation with Farrakhan.
How did that go?
He summoned me for saying his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
If you know now what you're talking about, young man, let me school you to what you're doing. Well, yeah, it is music. So, in a bit of music, you do get what you get, you heard? But we still in the entertainment business. But miss me with the bullshit, you heard? When you see me, keep your hand down, you heard? Where you from, New Orleans?
New
Don't
Orleans.
play with me like that. People from New Orleans already called me, you heard? You preacher, get out of here. I'm tall, too.
What was that, King?
You tall? So we ain't gonna get into that. I don't know. You snap on him?
Yeah. We got other things. We could go. But listen, I'll say this.
You know they sell chew sticks on 2/5 on the full train.
Come on, let's not do that. Come on, Jim. No, so listen, what I'm saying is, I'm glad you addressed it.
Let's not even talk about him. I don't even know him.
Let's move on.
I don't really care about him. He's a figment of my imagination.
Well, let me say this.
People reprimanded for less, I promise you.
Yeah,
Niggas will wrinkle your shirt for way less than that.
Yeah. I will say he's been putting in work for years.
Yeah.
And he's been all over the country.
Obviously not working for him because he's using other people's name. If he was doing something from his heart, he shouldn't use nobody else's name if you've been outside doing that work.
That's it. I don't want to go back and forth. I just want y'all to know he's done work. He does work in a different area.
Right. Keep doing work. You heard?
Okay.
Leave me out of that. You heard? I promise you, leave me out of that. I'm scared for anybody that bothers me. I don't want no problem. I don't want no drama. I don't want you to mention my name because I don't want no drama. I don't want to get an attitude because you mentioned my name for no reason. I don't even want to get into that. But I start glitching and shit like that. You heard? Like, you got me very upset about this. Bro, let me know what you do besides preaching to the people, bro. You heard? When you want to do something positive and do something for the people instead of talking, holla at me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So,
Very childish.
D1 calls him out on violence, and how do you respond? You preacher, evoke violence. Like, you talk more about violence. I'm gonna wrinkle your shirt. I'm gonna smack a dread out your head.
What?
Like, okay, so what are your thoughts on Jim Jones' response?
I really appreciate the fact that Sway didn't let the conversation derail too much.
Yeah.
But again, like, what do you mean? Why do you keep calling him basket head? Like, I'm so confused by these people. I'm really confused by these people. But it's definitely given offense.
Yes.
D1 called out both of them, and that spirit rose up in them, so they definitely offended because he spoke facts. So they had no valid reason. Like, their responses had no validity. It was no structured argument. It was literally just a bunch of violence and a bunch of, like, keep my name out your mouth, you preacher. What do you mean?
And notice how, again, both of them never addressed the lyrics and how harmful they were to the community. All they did was talk about things that they've given, whether it was monetarily,
right,
or, like, you know, objects, things like, oh, I gave Pampers away, I gave turkeys away, I gave this away, I gave that away. And yet, and still, we're not addressing the fact that your lyrics are still violent and harmful to our community.
Exactly. That's like, even like using an example of trigger warning, like an abusive relationship. Like the aggressor, right? The aggressor can do all these things, gaslight, maybe physical harm, and then turn around and give you a gift. That don't make it better that he's doing all these things like gaslighting and physical harm.
No, that was a word. That was a word. So, like, I think that you're highlighting the somewhat abusive relationship that we can have with hip hop, with, like, our music, violent hip hop. So no, that was good. All right, so I think we're at our time today, y'all. So make sure that you guys are tuning in every single Friday. If you want to be a part of our Christian Entrepreneurs group, make sure that you sign up for Thrivers Unleashed. And what else? Do we have a closeout? That's it. All right, y'all. All right, y'all.